Hi everybody, I'm Gerone Wright here again, and you're joining me once again on my Geronification YouTube channel. Okay, and again, I'm doing something a little different as I did in the video before, um, and some explanations of what I'm feeling and experiencing through my genuine paranormal experience and encounter. It's my position that this higher knowledge, that those such like Einstein and and um, Nostradamus and Da Vinci and the higher knowledge that these guys enjoyed, um, Sir Isaac Newton, they all. Let me see if I can get this stink bug here. There's a stink bug, which are really getting bad in our area here. All right, but anyway, they enjoyed this higher sense of knowledge that was not privileged to the rest of our world's people. Now, it's my position that this higher knowledge came from this sense of awareness of basically allowing yourself to think outside of the box, untraditionally, of that you are brainwashed with. And this is the secret behind it all. Well, besides that, but there is a little bit of some sort of paranormal or divine sense of presence in this energy being around, because it is around me. But what I'm stating is that once everything that I'm experiencing, everything that Da Vinci experienced, everything that Nostradamus experienced, everything that Sir Isaac Newton experienced, and the many others, and and Einstein and all of it, is in all of us. It's just that you have to let yourself go mentally to those places, to those realms, to those multi-dimensional thoughts, those doorways to us, to get to where these people were. And um, and this is dismissing the ideas of the laws of physics and religion. You have to let all of that stuff go in order to think properly, and actually in order to find out who you truly are, what is truly happening around you, and what's being and what your true cause and meaning for existence is. All right, I'm gonna go where I'm at with this here. Obviously, this is a globe, a whole globe of our world. This is our world. This red object right here I have here is the sun. I know I don't have the moon here. This cardboard backing here, which I wish I would actually put as black, but this is space. Okay, this is space. All right, and this here, this everything is on. It's just nothing but a prop. All right. So, what am I doing in this video? I'm going to give you the simplest demonstration that you could possibly have to what is you can expect through, they say, global warming. I say the extinction of not just mankind, but the destruction of our world as we know it. Okay, this is where I'm going with this. Forget global warming. Okay, I want to take you to the extreme. And what's good what's good about this video that I'm creating here is that you don't need no scientific proof or backing behind this. It's what I'm doing here is just, it's logical, it's reasonable, it's acceptable, and even you will agree with me when I'm done. Okay? Even the most optimistic and skeptic person would say, you know what, I don't need no scientific proof to understand what this man just said to me. But the fact of the matter is that, why is he telling me this and not the scholars or the scientists of our world? I don't have no degree in anything. Nothing. But yet here I am giving you information through my many videos here, which you must see, people. You must see my videos here on what is happening around us, and I will continue to do so. All right, let me get to this video because I'm sure you want to know why I have a picture. I mean, why I have these images up here. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you what's happening with global warming. We are expecting for doomsday and everything of that, of angels and everything coming from outer space, and then recently the ancient aliens, theorists, and other people are now trying to take our way since that idea of divine beings coming and all of that. Well, since we're not worried, if they see that we're not worried about these objects, this is an asteroid colliding with our world. Okay, that's supposed to be doomsday. This is a rock, of course, people. This is an asteroid. Okay, colliding with our world. Here's a smaller one. Okay, see that? Colliding with our world. And this is supposed to be the doomsdays that we are worried about. Here's another. See that? Colliding with our world. I'm just gonna. You see those rocks there? I'm gonna lay them there so you can see them. Let me move them up so. Oh no, you can't actually see them there. Okay, they're asteroids, and okay, objects that possibly collide with our world from space, hitting our world. They're just stones, of course, to people. All right. So they have your mind again in space, looking for answers as to what is actually happening in our world. So they take you into this scientific realm where there's like sci-fi and sci-fiction, and the possibility, have your mind open in a way that it wouldn't, logically you shouldn't even be there. Just like with the creation of mankind, with it being there saying, okay, aliens and people visited our world and altered this and altered that, when the answers I'm showing you through my videos are right here in our world. So it's like there's like the evil forces are working at us. Through our religious beliefs, which has us believing in these divine beings, which is equivalent to that of aliens coming and flying in from our world, and logistically, you know that this is very unbelievable, just as the alien thing is, because if people were flying into our world, they would still be doing it now. They wouldn't have been just doing it in the earlier on times. They would be continuously doing it. It's not no once upon a time came here, all of these different civilizations talking about. If that's the case, one of them would have been unvisited again. It's your fear of the possibilities of all of this, which is catering to. I would like to say stupidity, but I'm not going to go there. But this is hogwash. All right. I gave you your. I know what your aliens. I know what your angels are. I know what all of that is. And perhaps I will do a video, and I'll be inspired to do a video on it. But for now, I'm giving you this. Okay. Let me talk to you what's happening here with this global warming thing, and doomsday, and what's happening. What is the immediate danger of what is happening to us, and the extinction process, and global warming, and all of this, and the end of our world as we know it. Now, I'm not a scientist, but I'm going to go again because I'm 10 minutes into this and I've been rambling on. I'm going to stop that. The sun. It's said that it's actually growing in diameter as well too. It's I think an inch or 2 inches or something like that there every month. I don't know. I'm not even going to go there. But let me tell you what is logical. And you don't need no scientific proof or to Google for this to be reality. The emitted energy of the sun, its emitted energy is intensifying on our planet. No different than us holding, even though our world is turning, that of a magnifying glass to our world. So that means that this energy, this radiated energy emitted off of our sun, is intensifying on our world. And as it does, it is penetrating more intensely and breaching the atmospheric layerings of our planet, which actually protect us. Now, but that's okay. That there's a scenario where that can be judged on time, and okay, fine. Okay, well that can be measured, and there's no immediate dangers, as they will let you say that there. But let me tell you what is an immediate danger and what could happen. No different than an asteroid. They tell you that they can calculate when these objects come in. You can see these objects coming, right? You see these objects, you can see them coming, or we can measure the radiation of the sun on our world and the damaging effects that it has on our atmospheric layers. That can be measured too. So you're not worried about that, right? Well, let me tell you what you should be worried about. The danger, the unseen danger that science has not told you, but yet here I am, and I think my 154th video here, I did count them now, I thought it was almost 200, of what you need to worry about. Here. Our sun, forget our atmospheric layerings, okay? Because sooner or later, they will be going anyway through the activity, through the interactions between our world and the sun. They will be going anyway. But I agree. What, millions, whatever years from now, I'm not even going to get into that. But let me tell you what's happening. Our sun is not cooking our world or radiating our world from outside in, but it's doing it, people, from inside out. Meaning that the harmful interactions with our sun and our planet is with the sun and the core of our planet. Never even heard that before, huh? Our planet is being cooked, radiated, energized from inside out. Now, I used to boil my eggs. This is an egg, people. I used to boil a sweaty egg because I just took it out of the refrigerator. I used to boil my eggs until we got lazy and got microwaved energy. This is an egg. I'm comparing Earth to this egg. Sometimes when I put my egg in the microwave, I leave them in there for too many minutes, cooking minutes. And the egg cooks from inside out. This is Earth's crust. So this part, the inside, is cooking before the outside. So this egg, the core of this egg is Earth's core. So have you ever exploded an egg in a microwave before? I've done it a couple times, being stupid. But listen, the chemistry between the microwaved energy and the egg and the microwave takes place on cooking from inside out. The microwaved energy with relations to our world is happening the same way. The exact same way. And I'm going to see if I can lay this egg up here, because I'm going to leave this. Oh no, I'm going to move it backwards. I want you to see. I want that egg to stay there. Let me put these meteor rocks around the egg. Now, what's happening? We've got to talk about extinction. We're only 15 minutes into this. I'm going to try to speed this thing up and all, because this video shouldn't take long. I want it to be direct and to the point, but I want it to be a wake-up call to everyone that, I mean, what I can see, what I can feel. And imagine if I was back in Nostradamus days or Da Vinci days, or even now, though. Look at these amazing things that I'm saying to you people. Things that you never heard before. This is the secret behind all of this. Behind their knowledge, I'm telling you that this is the secret. What you see me doing here is the secret behind their knowledge. Okay? Now, our world is being cooked from inside out. So now, as our Earth's core, imagine our Earth's core is being cooked. It is growing from inside out. You know why it's growing? Because as it is intensifying the heat, it is expanding. So now, miles into our Earth's planet, down to its core, is burning through the layerings of the materials of which it is encased in. So now, as this is happening, elements that mankind has not yet been exposed to is being burned through inside the planet, and through volcanic activity being emitted into not just into the atmospheric layerings of the atmosphere that we breathe, the airs that we breathe, but also it's being mixed into our ocean waters, into food that we eat through volcanic activity, through deep open ocean volcanic activity, through volcanic activity in volcanoes, and all of this emitted energy. Now we're being exposed to through noxious chemicals, gases. No one, because you're looking in space, this is space, people, because you're looking in space and looking to the sun and looking in every direction, but in here, nobody knows what's going on inside of our world. No one. Well, except me, because I'm now telling you what's happening. This planet is being heated from inside out. No different than you putting an egg in a microwave and this is the way it's being cooked. That's the hidden danger right there. Now, what else is happening? I told you with our glaciers melting on the polar caps, frozen bacteria, frozen microorganisms that have been frozen almost seemingly eons ago are now being released. They're being unthawed. They were preserved in the ice, and now they're being preserved. And now this stuff is melting into our oceanic waters globally. Again, substances and materials and bacteria that we've never been exposed to. What else is there? There's something else about this I should be touching the nerve on with this. Oh. So what's happening as our Earth core? Now our Earth is alive now. Believe it or not, our Earth is organic, and we know that organic things live. And in fact, this is how we live. Our sun is alive. All of these objects, I'm telling you, are alive. Okay, and they're behaving in a way that our own bodies do behave. So, what happens when this planet is heating up and burning through these atmospheric layers? These cracks and fissures open up, and it expands. It sends out these chemistries from its body, from the core, in order to try to save itself. I mean, it's the heat is too intense on the core. This is a temperature that this core is not used to, like a nuclear reactor. So to avoid being destroyed, because it has an instinct to survive as well too, just like in our bodies, it tries to cool itself. So it sends out all of these different veins and volcanic passages to where these lava flows, or through our planet underneath, to expand like a pressure relief valve. And that's what volcanic activity is in our world. Pressure relief systems for that of the intense chemistry, energy chemistry, which is happening from the sun with our planet's core. Now, we are in between these two superpowers, which is in our planet and millions of miles here out of into space. But has, I mean, of course, we all know that this how large the sun is. I'm not going to go into detail all about all of that. I mean, but we're between these two. So what is happening with us? Well, you know what is happening. We're dying. This is where we're becoming extinct. People, no one has never told you that we have a miniature, well, we do know that we have a miniature sun in our planet's core, because that has been, I have heard that somewhere before. We do have, everybody knows that there is a sun in our Earth's core. The sun is the Earth's core because it's generating that intense heat. But what has not been described is what I just now said, on how it is affecting, what's happening on the inside is affecting us on the outside, and the chemistries between, interacting chemistries between our sun and our Earth's core, what is happening and what we can expect. Now, suddenly, we don't have no more calculation no more. I took away our calculations for objects from space colliding with our world, and how long it's going to take the sun to burn through our atmospheric layerings, and we have no more atmosphere. There's no calculation, because no one knows what is happening with the core of our planet, because they have us deceived and looking into space for divine figures and aliens. You're with me, aren't you, people? Yeah, I know this is absolutely amazing. I'm amazed myself, but then again, I'm not amazed, because I'm having a true, genuine, excuse me, experience and encounter, and there's a lot of power behind this. I'm telling you that right now. Imagine if, God forbid, if I would have had to been one, they would have probably had me some confined into a nut house if I was a physicist or somebody, or a scientist and all. I would have probably been confined. It's a good thing that I evolved through this over a 4-year period, now that I'm able to do this. But I like that I have the gift, and I'm glad that I'm not educated in the scientific way, because then I would probably look past the logic in this, to be looking for everything scientific to disprove it, than to go ahead and say, hey, you know what? Because looking at it from my standpoint, and now the way I'm delivering it to you, it makes absolute sense. Now imagine me if I was trying to explain this in a scientific way. I probably would have rejected the idea from the beginning and never would have actually taken it. You would never be seeing this video. So thank goodness that I don't have I don't have that behind me. All right. Excuse me. All right. Now, let me tell you something else. Through the superpower of our sun energy and the superpower of the energies of what is happening there with our Earth's core. Do you remember ever seeing those Renaissance images? What are we looking at? Do you ever remember seeing those Renaissance images where I'm looking at something outside there? Do you ever remember seeing those Renaissance images where there's an image of God holding the sun or the moon away from our planet as if they had the power over both? There is a knowledge, there is a system, there is a way that can actually be done, because I know how, I've seen how, through my paranormal experience and encounter, how this process of what I just now told you could be retarded, offset, controlled. Now here you have an uneducated person, pretty much no knowledge whatsoever in scientific. I mean, I have a globe and a ball here just showing you this, but I'm telling you that I have the knowledge to retard what is happening with our sun, the chemical reaction between our sun's energy and that of our world. Almost like the control of your microwave, on how you can set the settings, on how long it takes for this egg to cook, and you can control for a period of time to keep this egg from exploding, on how you can slow the process the way this egg cooks, but as it is cooking, it does not have this violent chemical reaction of the explosion. It'll cook slow through to where it actually just cooks, let's say, where it just cooks to a hardened state and not explode, a violent reaction. I have the knowledge to do the same thing between our world and the sun. I'm telling you that the chemistry of our microwave, which allows for this egg to be either cooked in a violent way to its exploding state or to its cooked state, is a control. I'm telling you that there is also a control between the chemistry of our sun cooking our world through its radioactive emissions, which is definitely, which nobody can deny, is damning on our world. How damning they never knew until now. But I'm telling you that the real effect of our Earth's sun is the interaction with our sun and its core. Now, I don't have a generator motor here. I wish I did for the sake of this demonstration. We all know what a generator motor is. We all know what, our cars and everything like that there. What do you think is controlling all of this and of our world, the rotations and all that? What do you think is controlling that? Our Earth's core is like a motor. In fact, I think I'd seen somewhere where they said that the core is actually spinning in in the center of the earth. As our world is spinning, the core is spinning too. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is something that I'm just bringing up now. But that creates friction and energy and heat and all of that. That is a generator motor, a generated motor. Let's say that. People, that is no different than the hearts in our bodies, pretty much, which drive our bodies. These chemistries, they have a cooling system, they have an anti-rejection system, they have backup systems. Understanding what I just told you, is key to understanding how I've discovered through my paranormal experience on how that chemistry can be controlled. No one has ever came forward and said that they can do that. But yet there is images of Renaissance paintings where you see images of a man looking like God, or what our images and ideas of what they put in our head to be God, holding out his arms. I don't know if I think Michelangelo might have actually had that painting out. The man holding out the world and the sun from seemingly colliding with each other. I'm telling you that I, again, can do the same. I can do it in reality. That is in a Renaissance artist painting. And you never heard no one say this before, but I'm telling you that I can do that in reality. I can hold off the damning effects of the sun to that of our world. On that note, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to end this video. It's only about 32 minutes here. I'm going to end that video. So, the next time you think of an asteroid coming in, and which is a very frightful scenario, coming in and colliding with our world, or aliens flying in, or divine beings being lowered into our world, be more fearful of this and the core of our planet and what's happening with that. Be more fearful of our planet burning through material substances similar to this. In our planet, the composition of our planet, mineral rock and minerals, microorganisms that can withstand such heat that we know nothing about, absolutely nothing about, and think is no different than, I would like to put it, than a person smoking a cigarette and don't know what kind of chemicals are within it, or a person rolling up marijuana tobacco and smoking that stuff and being going into a hallucinated state behind all of that. It's no different than a person burning a bag full of asbestos, and the emitted energy from that asbestos is being breathed in by the next person, or being ate, because in some cases, because it's no different than that material being put in your drink, in your glass of water, because now it's no different than somebody taking that and bagging it up and making some kind of cauliflower or some type of a season and putting it on your food, because now you're eating fish products from out of the ocean, which is being affected by this chemistry through these burnt through materials, or with our Earth's core, and the materials that is burning through, and through the volcanic activities and ending up in our world's oceans. and then through the emitted energy into the atmosphere, and it's all gone into our drinking waters. Even our fresh water is being contaminated at this point. A global contamination. A global contamination is the best way to describe this. From the chemistry of our sun, the interaction of our sun with our planet's core, causing our planet to burn through untouched areas in an expansion process that is now causing an emission, the same emission of these radioactive properties in through our world to our Earth's core, the energy, the chemical reaction of that, which is causing now a response in our Earth's core to expand, to become larger. Now, let me give you the worst, ugliest scenario before I close this video out. As this egg is starting to boil, it cracks. It cooks from inside out and it cracks. Isn't that what's happening now with our world? Isn't our world opening up? Volcanic activity, ripples, cracks. Isn't that what's happening, people? Then I have seen where the egg cooks to one point to where it doesn't explode all the way out, but the core material of the egg comes out and is sitting through the fissure of the crack it created, and is sitting up on top of an egg in a bubble. The organic substance from inside of the egg is now sitting on top of the egg through the process, because it made its way up to the top, and then it's cooled and it's hardened. Now the crust of the egg is no more. It's been compromised. To what point this process goes on to where now it affects the atmospheric areas of our, well, we'll probably be long gone by then, but to where our planet ends up at either like Venus or Mercury, where you have a blown hole in the atmospheric areas, because the pressure got to the point to where the core of the planet could not sustain its own heat, and the expansion of its emissions could not be sustained by the planet anymore. So now it blows a hole in the atmospheric layers, and it needs space to breathe, because it was suffering in on itself. It was suffocating. It could not expand no more. Now, which brings me to, let me go into this. I'm not going to close this video out. This is getting too good for me. This is getting too good for me, because scientists are going to be crazy over this, because I do not need them to verify everything that I'm saying, because from a logical standpoint, it's already there. You can't disprove something that is already there. Logically, sensibly. Now, as our Earth core is expanding on the inside, it's burning these emissions just like our sun. So the radioactive activity that's happening off the core is now causing for the expansion of our atmospheric layers. Like us, I wish I had a balloon here. I have a condom in there. I should blow the condom, but I'm not putting my mouth on the condom. I won't have nobody making jokes about that and me in these videos later on when I become famous. So the hell with that. So we all know what a blown up balloon looks like. So you can see the balloon blowing up and it's expanding, because we are putting emitted matter from our body into this balloon. So our atmospheric layers are the elastic property material of that balloon. So the emitted matter of our planet's core is expanding the elastic matter of the balloon. So now, not only is our core of our planet expanding, but the volcanic activity from the expansion, from the pressure reliefs of this, is expanding our Earth's atmospheric layers. So, what is happening behind that? As that is expanding our atmospheric layers, they are thinning, which allows for it to become less difficult for objects like this to come in, for energy from the emitted sun to come in, and for any other object of space to breach this atmospheric layers. In other words, when you're blowing up a balloon in its softest state, it's hard for you to puncture it. But in its most expanded state, it's easy for you to prick it and blow it up. You know, with your pen. Oh, this is just too good, people. This is too good. Who needs science after this? We have a problem. Now, this is affecting, not everything that's being affected here is affecting our bodies, because we are one with our planet. Now, there's people that knows about this. And this is why our bodies were continuously being altered and genetically manipulated. If you don't know what I'm talking about, see my other videos. I know how we can not only just change ourselves genetically, but I know what areas we can target again. Just like I know how we can alter the chemistry, retard the chemistry between the sun and our planet's core, I know how we can also do the same with our bodies. This, people, what I done told you right now, is how I can prove to you also in another way of how mankind has been genetically altered from the beginning. From the beginning. The extinction process and everything under the sun that is related to this, I can tell you this is what has been happening all along. My name is Gerone Wright. You're watching my Geronification channel, and I'm going to mark this as another great video. A video that I am satisfied with, that I'm knowing that I'm hitting a home run from my home, from in front of my computer, to you. Because you don't have to have scientific backing. This is not ancient aliens. This is not a scientist coming. This is not a group of scholars or a scientist trying to sell you on an idea. This is not NASA on the moon. This is Gerone Wright with basic objects. A globe, a toy ball, an egg, and earth-created rocks. And I bring you a message that is more compelling than anything you possibly have ever heard. If I'm wrong, message me and tell me that I'm wrong. If I'm right, if you can feel what I'm saying, message my videos and tell me that I'm right. And not just that, share my videos with other people. The effects of what is happening, mankind is in between on our planet. If this radioactive chemistry, we are a miniature version, a minute version of our world. What is happening to our world is happening within us. The same chemistry that is affecting the core of our planet, affects the core of us, which is our heart. I can tell you that the same knowledge that I have that can save our world, or well, not save it completely, but retard this. And I'm talking by, possibly by our terms, millions, maybe eons of years of what is happening. Imagine what I can do for us. Something has to be done. This message can be gotten out. All you have to do is push send, instant message a friend of a friend. I'm sure that I have viewers out there that know people that can do something with this. Say, hey, we need to talk with this guy. If scientists haven't fixed this, if scientists didn't know nothing about this, if in all of the years that all of this knowledge may or may not have been known, and I'm bringing it to you right now in 2013, right now, I'm bringing this to you, and I'm telling you that I can do this. I can fix this and solve this problem. Wouldn't you want to see it being done? Leonardo da Vinci did not bring you this. Nostradamus did not bring you this. None of these characters. None of the greatest minds in the world. Einstein. Nobody brought you this. Well, of course, I don't think microwave energy was in their time, but it is in mine. So the comparison is great for me to use here in this video. People, our world is going to eat us alive if we don't do something now. Our world is going to eat us alive. Could be silently, like a gas leak in your home, a natural gas leak in your home. You sleep in the night, a fracture in your gas line or gas pipe, or a leak in your gas line, or through your heater, through the carbonated gases of your gas line, or through your heater that has a clogged chimney outlet, and the carbonated gases from that chemistry kills you because your body can't take it. Now, think of it on a global scale, where not only is it cross-contaminating the oceanic foods that you're eating, but it's also releasing things that you have never, or your body has never, immune system has never been introduced to, i.e. what I just already had told you, through the glacier layerings and then through the core of the planet. So you're hitting from all angles, from not just melting glaciers and the release of these organic, well, alien, you might as well call them alien organic substances and materials, not just from outside of our world, which were before. So you're getting hit from both ends, people, from all ends, actually, from both of our Arctic caps, from the oceanic waters, from our food we eat, which is now affecting the through the chemistry, through the evaporation process. Down our drinking waters, everything is being contaminated, the entire planet, and you're being hit from all ends. All ends. You don't need to think about this no more. You need to think about what's happening inside. Think about it. Global contamination. Everything. Everything contaminated. What's inside of our planet and being burned through and emitted onto our surfaces, because this is what is happening, is far more worse than alien objects coming from out of our space, which is, I mean, let me give you an example. They say that flying is more safe than driving. You heard that term before then. Well, it would be safer for an alien to fly in, or for an asteroid, or a meteor to hit our world, which then becomes a meteorite. It would be more safer for that to happen than for what is happening with the core of our planet, burning through layers of itself, which is affecting us. Not just increasing the heat of our planet, which is going to affect us anyway, because that raises the core body temperature of us. Now get this. When our core body temperatures are being raised, you know what's happening with us as well? The same thing that's happening with our planet. Release of properties in our own bodies and chemistries that are laying dormant are now being woken up, and this is what is happening. This is how sickness is being created. Never heard that before, have you? People, I know what is happening. This is an amazing video. I want to end it there. My name is Gerone Wright. You're watching my Geronification channel, and through my genuine experience and an encounter, I'm telling you that I can retard the extinction process of all mankind and all living beings, and what is happening between our world and our sun. You can also catch me on, I haven't been there lately, but all of this began on alien UFOs, and about 4 years ago, this experience happened. And when I first started out, I didn't know what was happening, so I was all over the place and I was confused. And I don't think I'll never get it together all the way, but I'm to the point now where I'm understanding better what is happening with me. And that's why these videos are actually getting better. Okay, I'm going through an evolutionary process where I actually know what is going on with everything that not is just around us, but within me, and I'm understanding these doorways, these multi-dimensional doorways that are not only in us, but through us, but all around us. I'm also understanding what is going on with these multi-dimensional existences that once existed, still exist, and their presences, how their presences can be identified. I'm going to end the video there. Thank you for watching. I hope you share this with others.